For years, I used the gravel path down to the lake behind my property. It wasn't fancy, just a wide strip that cut between some scrubby pines, but it was the easiest way to haul my kayak and fishing gear down to the water. Then, one morning, I found the way blocked. A brand new chain link fence stretched across the entrance, topped with a shiny HOA sign. Private lake access, HOA members only. Trespassers will be prosecuted. And right in the middle, a locked gate. Karen was standing there, jangling a brass key on her lanyard like she'd just been crowned queen of the lake. "New policy," she said smugly when she saw me. "The board voted to restrict access. Only approved residents with HOA-issued keys are allowed past this point." I folded my arms. "Karen, that path is the only way I can get to the water from my property." She smirked. "Then you should have joined the HOA when you had the chance. But rules are rules. No key, no lake." I walked back home without another word. Because here's the thing Karen didn't know. I'd been doing some quiet research of my own. See that path? It didn't belong to the HOA. The developer had carved it out years ago as a separate parcel. Never deeded it to the neighborhood, never filed it as common ground. It sat unpaid on the county rolls until recently, when it went up for auction. And guess who won the auction? The very next week, I walked down to the shiny new fence with a document folder in hand. Karen was there again, lording over the gate like a sentry. "Back again?" she snipped. "Still don't have a key?" "Oh, I've got the only key that matters," I said, handing her the deed. "Congratulations, you've been fencing off my property. That path is mine now." Karen's face froze as she scanned the papers. That's impossible. The HOA maintains this land. Maintenance doesn't equal ownership," I replied. "You've been trespassing on my parcel every time you step past this point. And this fence you built? Illegal structure. I could have it torn down tomorrow." Her jaw dropped. "You wouldn't dare." I leaned in. "Or maybe I'd keep the fence and lock it from my side, which means your precious HOA just lost access to the entire lake." The neighbors had started gathering, curious about the standoff. I turned so they could all hear me. "Here's the deal." Karen tried to shut me out, but in doing so, she handed me the only entrance. "From now on, the HOA doesn't decide who uses this path, I do. Which means your lake access depends on me, not Karen's binder." Gasps and murmurs rippled through the crowd. Someone whispered, "Wait, he owns the gate?" Another muttered, "So what are we even paying HOA dues for?" Karen turned beet red, clutching her binder like a life raft. "This isn't fair. We'll challenge this in court." "Go ahead," I said. "The county records won't lie. Until then, your members might want to stay on my good side because this little brass key on your lanyard? It's worthless now." By the end of the day, the fence was gone. Not because I tore it down, but because the HOA board voted to remove it after the neighbors revolted. Turns out, nobody wanted to pay dues for a lake they couldn't reach. Karen thought she could lock me out. Instead, I bought the lock, the gate, and the ground it stood on. Funny thing about fences. Sometimes they don't keep people out. Sometimes they just draw a line, and I get to decide who crosses.